I need to tell you something that might annoy you at first, but will absolutely change your life. Life is supposed to suck sometimes, like a solid 50% of the time. And if you've been spending years trying to fix that, trying to be happier, calmer, more positive, congratulations, that's probably why you're exhausted. Today I'm going to explain why nothing has gone wrong and how this one idea can instantly make life feel lighter. And before you roll your eyes and think this is some just accept it nonsense, stay with me because this actually makes life easier, not harder. Let me be crystal clear about something that's going to save you years of therapy. The goal is not to be happy all the time. It's not to eliminate stress, sadness, or anxiety. And it's definitely not to walk around like some wellness influencer who's living her best life 24/7. That's not realistic. And honestly, it's not even desirable. Here's what the psychology actually tells us about the human experience. It's meant to be a balance. You're supposed to feel joy and sadness, excitement and anxiety, confidence and doubt, peace and frustration. If your brain is already arguing with me right now, good. That means you're paying attention. Think about it. Without the contrast, how would you even know what the good stuff is? You can't appreciate a gorgeous sunset if you've never seen an ugly one. You can't know real joy without experiencing sorrow. You can't understand peace without knowing what chaos feels like. The positive and negative emotions are two sides of the same coin. You literally cannot have one without the other. It's like trying to have a magnet with only one pole. Physics doesn't work that way, and neither does personal growth. And this is where it gets really interesting, because most of us are walking around completely wrong about this whole thing. Stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you is going to change how you live your life. Most of us believe that life should be better than it is. We think there should be more good than bad. We assume our entire purpose is to conquer all the negative stuff so we can finally live in paradise. But that's not how it works, my friend. And believing it should be that way just causes more pain. Here's the kicker. When we hate our stress, we create more stress. When we're anxious about our anxiety, we just compound the anxiety. It's like being mad at yourself for being mad at yourself for being mad. What if instead we could accept that negative emotion is just part of the deal? What if we stopped fighting against half of the human experience? This is what I mean when I talk about mind management and becoming an emotional ninja. And no, an emotional ninja isn't someone who never feels negative emotions. That would be a robot, and robots don't get to eat chocolate. An emotional ninja is someone who's confident in their ability to process any emotion that comes their way. It's someone who thinks, yeah, I'm going to feel grief when someone I love dies, and that's okay. I can handle grief. I'm going to feel disappointed when things don't go my way, and that's okay. I can handle disappointment. I'm going to feel anxious sometimes, and that's okay. I can handle anxiety. Now I know what you're thinking, but how do I actually do this? And that's exactly what I teach. In fact, if you want to start quieting that inner judge who tells you you're doing everything wrong, head to my website and grab my free guide, 6 Steps to Quieting Your Inner Judge. It's completely free, and it'll give you the exact framework I use with my clients. And even if you never download a thing, this next part might change how you deal with emotions forever. Okay, don't overthink this term. I promise this isn't woo-woo or complicated. When you become an emotional ninja, you're not running from your feelings anymore. You're not eating over them, scrolling to avoid them, or shopping to numb them out. You're just letting them be part of your experience. Like weather, it rains sometimes. You don't freak out about it, you just grab an umbrella. I want you to actually pause for a second here. This isn't rhetorical. Think about what this would mean for your life. If you knew you could handle any emotion, what would you be willing to do? Maybe you'd be willing to fail because you'd know you could handle disappointment. Maybe you'd be willing to try something new because you'd know you could handle fear. Maybe you'd be willing to set a boundary with that person who's been walking all over you because you'd know you could handle them being upset. Maybe you'd finally start that business, write that book, or go after that dream you've been sitting on for 10 years because you'd know that feeling scared doesn't mean you're in danger. It just means you're doing something new. This is why this work matters so much. Because on the other side of learning to feel your feelings is absolute freedom. You get to show up as who you really are. You get to go after what you really want. You get to take risks, try things, and make glorious mistakes. And if you're thinking, okay, I'm in, I want this kind of life, then you need to check out my Mindset Mastery digital course. In the course, I teach a 90-second process that stops emotional spirals before they hijack your day. But let me tell you something that might blow your mind even more. Not because you won't feel negative emotions when you do these things. You absolutely will. But because you'll know those emotions can't actually hurt you. They're just vibrations in your body. They're temporary. They're manageable. And you're strong enough to handle them. Let me give you a personal example. When my kids first left for college, every January when they'd drive away after Christmas, it would wreck me. I'd strip their beds, keep myself busy, basically do anything to not feel that sadness. And you know what? My whole day would be a disaster. I'd eat my feelings and walk around with a knot in my stomach. Then one year, I decided to try something different. The minute the car drove away, I sat down in my chair and I just felt it. I cried. I named the feeling. This is sadness. This is what missing my kids feels like. And you know what happened? 15 minutes later, I was back to my normal life. No knot in my stomach, no emotional eating, no wasted day. That's the power of actually processing emotions instead of fighting them. So yes, you're going to feel the full range of human emotion, the good and the bad, the comfortable and the uncomfortable, and that's not a problem. That's just being human. And this is the part most people miss. So don't tune out yet. The part where I tell you the real secret, the thing that ties all of this together and makes it actually work in real life. The goal isn't happiness, friends. The goal is humanness. Experiencing the whole beautiful, messy, complex range of what it means to be alive and to live a better life. Because here's what nobody tells you about personal growth. You don't grow by avoiding the hard stuff. You grow by developing the confidence that you can handle the hard stuff. That's the difference between where you are now and where you want to be. It's not that life gets easier or that problems disappear. It's that you become someone who doesn't need life to be perfect in order to be okay. You become someone who can hold disappointment, fear, grief, anxiety, all of it, and still move forward. Still go after your dreams. Still live fully. Let me say this one last thing before you click away, because this part actually matters. Let's recap what we're not doing. We're not trying to be perfect. We're not trying to think positive thoughts all the time. We're not trying to eliminate negative emotions. What we are doing, building the confident ability to handle whatever comes. That's being an emotional ninja. That's real personal growth. That's how you actually live a better life. And here's my promise to you, you can absolutely become one. Not because you're going to magically stop feeling bad, but because you're going to stop being afraid of feeling bad. And that changes everything. Now go feel some feelings. You've got this.